So the governor of Washington State, Jay Inslee, who's completely out of control, has instituted a vaccine mandate that mirrors the federal mandate from the Biden administration. And that means thousands of state employees, first responders, teachers, will be fired as soon as Monday. Seattle alone is looking to lose about 400 police officers. In the city of San Francisco, which is unoccupied essentially because of crime and disorder, more than 100 officers have already been pulled off the force because they refuse to get the shot they don't want. Seattle-based talk show host Jason Rantz of KTTH is one of the few journalists who's covering this lunacy. He joins us now with a report. Jason, it's good to see you. That many police officers in a city on the brink like Seattle, what does that mean?
It means total chaos, but it has to be a discussion that's more than just the police. You will have thousands of Washingtonians being fired on Monday, either for being unvaccinated or really increasingly just refusing to turn over their private medical records. You've got roughly 10% of state agency workers who are going to be fired. And this is every single agency pretty much is getting impacted. State Patrol, Department of Corrections, ironically, the Department of Health. Any worker that's fired over this mandate won't be able to collect unemployment because the state considers this to be a voluntary resignation. So they're not even treating it as an actual firing. We're told that we're not going to see any service interruptions on the same day that the ferry system announced a 40% reduction in routes moving forward. Also impacted are public and private schools. You've got teachers, principals, coaches, all going to be fired. I spoke to a married couple actually this week who work at Walla Walla Community College. They've got 3 kids. They've got deeply held religious beliefs. They also had COVID. They recovered. And now they're being told that they're going to be out of a job on Monday. But you're right. The biggest concern is around public health and safety of the Washington State Hospital Association, saying that we can expect thousands of firings statewide from nurses and doctors to lab techs and even the janitorial staff that would work at these hospitals. That delay means that will lead to a delay of surgeries, of prenatal checkups, and then you go to Seattle where it's all connected. You have a historic rate of homicides right now. We already have a staffing crisis in Seattle as far as the police department. And so 400 officers haven't turned in their vaccine paperwork. But of that number, you've got about 100 or so that have specifically asked for accommodations, and they've been rejected. So they're going to be fired if they don't comply. And they're being told that the work they did safely while unvaccinated for the last 18 months is somehow now more dangerous, which doesn't make any sense.
Of course not. Vaccinated people can spread the virus. They get sick, they can die from it. But I really appreciate your point. We don't know whether any of these people have been vaccinated or not. Some of them just don't want to give their medical records to the government. You should give your medical records to your doctor. And that's, I would never give my medical records to anybody but a doctor under any circumstances. And so I appreciate people standing on that principle. Jason Rantz, thank you.
Thanks, Tucker.
So you are seeing some dissent in this country from people with something to lose. Dave Chappelle, a comedian, Kyrie Irving, an NBA player. All of a sudden, you are seeing people standing up and saying what they really think, even when they're attacked and threatened with destruction. That's interesting, and it's inspiring. Jason Whitlock joins us after the break to assess.